From Seoul to Los Angeles, from the stages of award shows to the solitude of streaming platforms, Jungkook's influence extends beyond metrics. His music is no longer confined to the machinery of K-pop. It carries the weight of individuality, the tone of authenticity, and the precision of an artist who understands how the modern listener thinks and feels. Every note in his songs tells a story of control, a deliberate crafting of identity, not an imitation of trends. When observers attempt to quantify Jungkook's position, they often point to numbers, billions of streams, chart-topping releases, sold-out events. But numbers don't capture the full picture. They are echoes of something deeper. Recognition that is both earned and sustained through artistry, discipline, and timing. Jungkook's success is not accidental. It is the result of years spent refining what perfection should sound like. The way his vocals move between softness and power, the way he balances restraint with emotional gravity, these are elements few can replicate. He doesn't just perform, he curates experiences. K-pop idols have long been trained to perform flawlessly. But Jungkook exceeds that system. He has mastered it, then expanded it, transforming the idol framework into something more autonomous. The distinction lies in his ability to blend precision with presence. He doesn't perform to prove, he performs to communicate. Every live moment carries intention, whether it's a small gesture, a breath between verses, or the way his gaze connects with a camera lens as if addressing a world he already owns. What truly sets him apart is the consistency of his evolution. Most artists peak within predictable cycles: debut, success, repetition, and gradual decline. Jungkook has disrupted that rhythm entirely. His trajectory is not a curve, it's a line that keeps climbing. Each release feels like a step higher, each appearance sharper, more self-aware. He reinvents without discarding what worked before. That rare instinct to advance without abandoning the foundation is what separates a fleeting phenomenon from a permanent figure. Many Korean idols reached global charts. Yet none have sustained momentum with Jungkook's precision. His transition from group recognition to individual dominance is seamless, not forced. It doesn't rely on nostalgia or borrowed glory. When he released his solo work, he didn't sound like a fragment of BTS. He sounded like a global artist who just happened to come from Korea. That distinction is critical. It's the difference between belonging to a legacy and building one of your own. The Western market, often resistant to non-English acts, adjusted itself to his arrival. His sound fits into playlists not as an exotic addition, but as a centerpiece. Pop, R&B, and dance are not genres for him, they are tools. He molds them with a fluency that feels natural, not strategic. That adaptability shows his understanding of music as a universal language. He doesn't imitate American style, he internalizes it and reflects it through his own rhythm, giving his work both familiarity and originality. The shock that the music world feels isn't about numbers alone, it's about disruption. Jungkook has broken the unspoken rule that global recognition for a Korean artist must come with compromise, linguistic, aesthetic, or cultural. He didn't change himself to fit the world. The world adjusted to fit him. This reversal of expectation signals a new chapter in modern music. Industry veterans, producers, and executives now look at him as a model, not an exception. They no longer ask whether a Korean artist can dominate globally. They ask who can reach the level Jungkook already occupies. Even within Korea, the perception of what an idol can achieve has shifted. Jungkook's image no longer represents the ideal trainee outcome. It represents a new kind of independence. He is not confined by the system that raised him. Instead, He redefines what that system can produce when discipline meets individuality. Younger idols now reference him as the standard not because of fame, but because of control. Control over artistry, direction, and longevity. He has become proof that global success doesn't require detachment from one's origin. It requires mastery of one's craft. The sound of his voice has become its own symbol. Smooth yet assertive, it carries precision even in vulnerability. There's an honesty in the way he sings, a sense of self that doesn't require translation. He never oversings, never dramatizes, yet the intensity remains. That restraint reflects an artist who trusts the power of subtlety. In a world where volume often replaces depth, Jungkook's quiet dominance commands attention. He doesn't need to shout to be heard, his tone does the work for him. Each project he releases builds upon the previous one, not as repetition, but as continuation. His artistry moves like chapters in a book, each new release completing the last, expanding the theme. 7. Standing Next to You and 3D weren't random hits. They were statements of versatility and awareness. They proved that he can dominate streaming, performance charts, and visual culture simultaneously. Few can operate at that intersection where popularity and respect coexist. Jungkook does so naturally. In global entertainment, sustainability defines greatness. Temporary virality fades. What remains is endurance. Jungkook's endurance comes from credibility. He doesn't chase attention. Attention finds him. The trust he's built with audiences across continents is the result of consistency, not only in quality, but in authenticity. People recognize sincerity when they see it, and Jungkook's entire career operates on that currency. Whether it's a stage performance or a casual live stream, he carries the same energy, poised, thoughtful, unforced. When one artist reaches this level, comparisons become inevitable. Yet in Jungkook's case, comparison feels irrelevant. His position stands alone, because what he represents is not a competition, it's a new structure of influence. His impact blends artistry, culture, and global connection into one seamless identity. The shock within the music world comes not from surprise, but from realization. Everyone now sees that a Korean artist has achieved what was once deemed unreachable without needing translation or validation. Behind the perfection lies an intensity few can sustain. Jungkook's discipline has become legendary, not as rumor, but as evidence. Every project bears his signature precision. From choreography timing to vocal layering, he treats music like architecture. Measured, balanced, intentional. This meticulousness sets him apart from those who rely on charisma alone. Charisma draws crowds, precision keeps them. Jungkook understands both. The influence extends beyond sound. Fashion, visual presentation, and even digital behavior all contribute to his cultural weight. His collaboration with Calvin Klein didn't feel like endorsement. It felt like evolution. The visuals aligned with his artistic narrative, mature, defined, self-aware. Each appearance reinforces his image as an artist who doesn't follow trends. He defines them. The global reaction to his campaigns and performances confirms this balance. People aren't just watching Jungkook, they're studying how he maintains it. The global music industry, long centered around Western dominance, is forced to reanalyze its hierarchy. Jungkook's presence challenges traditional pathways to fame. He achieved worldwide recognition without depending on aggressive English marketing or media dramatization. Instead, his artistry alone became the headline. When 7 topped charts across continents, it wasn't a coincidence, it was a result of resonance. The song's success symbolized something bigger, proof that music from Korea could lead, not follow. There is also an undeniable strategic intelligence behind his moves. Jungkook doesn't flood the market. He appears selectively, allowing each release to breathe and dominate. This restraint creates anticipation, a psychological rhythm that keeps his audience engaged without saturation. It's the same precision found in his music, knowing when to act, when to pause, when to strike. Such timing isn't taught, it's sensed, and that instinct separates artists who last from those who fade. When people say Jungkook has surpassed every Korean idol, it's not an exaggeration, it's observation. His achievements mark a turning point in cultural history. No longer is K-pop defined by collectives. It's now associated with individuals who can command global recognition alone. Jungkook stands at that frontier. His career is not the result of a system, but the evolution of it. He represents what happens when discipline meets destiny, when training turns into art and art into influence. The world's shock, then, isn't disbelief, it's acknowledgement. Industry veterans see it, critics admit it, and audiences feel it. Jungkook has become the metric itself, the standard by which global success is measured. His dominance is not noise, it's clarity. Every performance, every release, every visual adds to the proof that this level of control and artistry can come from one individual. He has rewritten the idea of what a Korean idol can become, and in doing so, he has redefined the music world altogether. In this new framework, Jungkook has re-centered the narrative. He's not proof that Korean idols can succeed abroad, he's proof that they can lead. The era of validation is over-replaced by participation, where artists like him define the future of sound. K-pop no longer needs to chase acceptance, because one of its own has already surpassed the threshold. Jungkook stands beyond categories, no longer a local export, but a global constant. Every era of music has a figure who resets the scale. In this generation, that figure comes from Busan. What's remarkable is how naturally he carries the responsibility of influence. There's no visible burden, no trace of performance fatigue. Jungkook moves with the quiet confidence of someone who doesn't need to prove his relevance. He embodies it. The music world reacts not with disbelief, but with admiration mixed with recalibration. He forces everyone, from producers to labels, to rethink what's possible. His performances have also expanded how masculinity and artistry coexist in K-pop. Where older idols relied on charm and precision, Jungkook balances power with subtle grace. His image combines softness and command, presence and restraint, a reflection of modern identity, fluid and confident. This versatility connects him to wider audiences who see in him not just an idol, but an artist who mirrors human duality. Beyond image and sound, Jungkook has redefined pace. In a world obsessed with speed, constant releases, viral cycles, algorithmic relevance, he chooses precision. Every appearance feels deliberate. Every silence feels strategic. His control over timing shows understanding not just of music, but of psychology. He doesn't chase momentum, he constructs it. That restraint has made his brand unshakable. The shock that surrounds his dominance comes from realization that he did it without shortcuts. No scandals, no overexposure, no artificial hype, just art, delivered consistently. The world isn't used to success earned this quietly, this steadily. That's why Jungkook's ascent feels different. It's clean, exact, and unstoppable. K-pop will never return to what it was before him. The global audience now expects the depth, quality, and coherence that Jungkook represents. Labels are adjusting, Trainees are watching, and producers are studying his formula, the mixture of discipline, individuality, and silence. He has set a blueprint that can't be copied, only respected. What remains clear is that Jungkook's success isn't the peak of K-pop, it's its transformation. He has turned what began as a genre into a global institution. Recognized for artistic legitimacy, his presence has altered how the world perceives Korean artists not as guests, but as leaders in a universal industry. That's why every new release from him feels heavier than a song. It feels like a statement proof that the standard continues to rise. As global audiences stream his music, replay his performances, and wait for his next move, one truth remains constant. Jungkook has surpassed every Korean idol, not by chasing comparison, but by transcending it. His artistry is no longer measured by national boundaries or cultural categories. It stands on its own, powerful, precise, and permanent. In the history of modern pop, few have managed to alter both sound and structure. Jungkook has done both. The world isn't merely reacting to his success, it's reorganizing around it. The shock has become acceptance, and that acceptance is now respect. He is no longer just part of the movement, he is the movement. And, from this point forward, music no longer asks whether K-pop belongs on the global stage. It simply asks one question: what will Jungkook do next?